Hello YouTube, Ultra Maximus back with another third-party Transformers review. This time we're taking a look at a Toyworld figure. This is actually my first Toyworld figure, and it's Swamper. So the Toyworld H-03 Swamper, H for Headmaster, I would presume. This is a wildly popular figure out right now amongst the 3P series of figures, and yeah, there were two other figures that Toyworld had put together for Headmasters. They did Brainstorm, and he was an X-Wing, and then they did Hardbone, which was just an H-Tank. And they looked pretty decent. I kind of liked the X-Wing bit of the Brainstorm figure, but it just, I don't know, for the price, maybe if it goes on sale, I might pick that one up. And the Hardbone looked okay, but I'm just not a fan of H-Tanks. If it was anything but an H-Tank, I probably would have gotten it. And there were also complaints of some quality issues on them, that Toyworld is just kind of a sloppy company. And it's a little bit evident in the box that you get when you actually get Swamper, unfortunately. Well, we'll talk about that. So, yes, Swamper. This is obviously a not Skullcruncher and a not Grax, which I've been wanting this figure forever. Oh, a new Skullcruncher. Oh, gosh, yes. And I like the name Swamper. I like that. It fits the character. Of course, the original G1 was one of the Decepticon Headmasters. He turned into a crocodile or alligator. I think it was supposed to be a crocodile, where Swamper is more of an alligator, which we'll take a look at here. But the big key difference out of the gate, I noticed that the not Grax figure, his little Headmaster, is drastically different than the G1. He is a miniature version of Swamper himself. Same paint scheme, and he's even got the little black piece on his chest there. It's got the same face, essentially, that the larger robot has, except it's a green head instead of a black head, which is kind of an interesting take on it. That doesn't bother me, per se. I want the larger figure to be more accurate, which is what we got. So let's take a look at the package and then get this guy out and see what we think. So we obviously have Swamper in his alligator mode. We've got Grax up here. We got this really, really nice artwork. He's just so happy. Look, he's so happy. I mean, he's almost like Autobot happy. But I suppose bad guys can be happy too. We've got the logo there. This is, of course, for ages 15 plus. Now, looking at the package, if I can get this, there we go. There's a good view of it there. This box just isn't big enough for the figure, and you get some paint rubbage on the plastic, so the corners of the front fins, the paint is rubbed off. I've seen that complaint amongst other reviewers. Caked Up 83 even went to a convention and physically looked through boxes of these, and they all had it, so he got the one that was less damaged, I guess, as best as he could. We have the really cool artwork of him again here with the same logo down at the bottom. On this side, we got some really cool artwork of the head itself, and then there he is in the little robot mode. See, I mean, he looks just like Swamper, just tinier. Top of the package here, we've got the Toyworld logo. Looking kind of cool. Bottom of the package, really nothing much going on there. And then here is the back of the package, and it shows us Swamper in his animal mode. We get robot mode number 2 and robot mode number 1. And that was one of the things that kind of sold me on this guy. He's got two versions of his robot mode. This is the new take of it with the alligator head, and then more of a G1 classic style look, which was really, really cool. So that was just kind of a bonus, a feature for me. So there he is. Let's get him out of the package and see what we think of this alligator mode. Alright, so here is Swamper in his alligator mode, and he is cool. I will give him that. He's big, he's heavy. It is a nice, solid figure. Now, another issue that I've got, aside from the box, this tail clamp right here. These two pieces don't peg in very well at all because the tail piece, the pegs are just too large. You have to get them straight on and kind of give them some force to get them in. I know fellow YouTuber Caked Up sanded his down to make him fit a little bit better, which probably is the case because if you don't, it won't line up 100% down here, which gives it a little bit of pushback up here at the top. So is it a deal breaker? No, but I would like my $100 toy to actually fit proper. Just saying. $100 toy. You also get these guns, which are really cool. I do like the size, the bulk, the feel. I like the gold paint apps. They do have pegs so that you can clamp onto Swamper's thighs back here, which is really cool. Now, there was promo art where that you were supposed to be able to peg both of them together and put them on one side. You can still do that by clamping the two pieces together like thus, but the fins are up and down, so I don't know. Doesn't really matter to me. I like them both, one on each side. You also get his instruction sheet, which is color, which is nice, but the weird thing is there's this big black space down here. It'd been nice to put a bio or maybe a preview of the next figure. That would have been really cool. Again, am I being picky? Probably, but hey, $100 figure. You also get a Swamper card with his stats on the back. Pretty standard for 3P figures. Here is his little Headmaster, little not Grax, looking all kinds of cool. Again, he's a little miniature version of him in robot mode. He does have articulation in his shoulders, his elbows, hips, and knees. He just has a big face on the back of him. In comparison, just a size comparison, here is not Weird Wolf by Fans Projects, little Headmaster guy. And you can see this one is larger than this guy. But he is more articulated. I will give him that. So yeah, pretty cool stuff. Now, looking at the figure, yes, I do. I really do like it. It is worth the $100, and no ifs, ands, or buts about it, just in this mode alone, which is probably what he's going to be in. Now, the head does have some articulation to it. You can open it up. You get these nice black teeth, and then, if I can get the gun barrels out, he does have some barrels up here that I'm going to need to pause and pull them out because they are, well, stuck. Hang on. Alright, so here we have the barrels out. Yeah, that's the other thing. These barrel pieces can go up so far that fat fingers like mine can't get them out. You need something like a pin or something to pull them out. But it does look really cool. Very Triptychon-like. I do enjoy that. You can pull this piece up here in the back, and this is where your Headmaster is going to sit. It does have a little place for the knees. So you want to bend your little guy, get him in his little seat mode, and he just kind of goes down in there, and then you close it, and there he is. Pretty cool stuff. I do like that. People did have complaints that it was not in the mouth like the original G1 toy, but guess what? This is not the original G1 toy. Sorry. But overall, I mean, the detail on this guy is great. I love the silver paint apps, the pink, the green. Everything looks really cool. There is just no robot kibble hanging anywhere on this mode. All in all, it's a really cool figure. I really do like it. If you're a Headmaster fan, this is definitely a pickup for sure, and I haven't even got it in the robot modes yet. So let's get it into robot mode number 1 and see what we think. Alright, so before we actually get to the robot mode, a couple things real quick I forgot to show. One, you can extend the blades out to get a longer alligator tail if you would like, which is kind of cool. And then the other thing I wanted to do is show you a comparison in size. This is Swamper next to the Voyager class Fall of Cybertron mold Grimlock. This, of course, is the Target exclusive version. So yes, it is a big figure. Definitely a large Voyager class. This is what Voyager classes used to be, which is very cool stuff. So now let's get him over into his robot mode and see what we think. Alright, so here we have Swamper in his robot mode, and it does look good. I like the sculpt. I like the alligator head here on the front of the chest. Looks really nice. You do have the arms that attach, the alligator arms that attach to the back of the robot arms. You don't have to put those on there, and it does give it a cleaner look, but there's a reason you want them on there, and I'll show you here in a second. It is really cool how his feet or his back hind quarters become his feet. He is very stable. That is a plus. Close-up of his head. Head sculpt is really nice. I do like it. I will say these hip joints on the little Headmaster head suck. Those legs pop off so bad. The head does have articulation. You can turn it as such, but be careful of those legs because they will pop off. His sword, you can flip it out like that and get kind of a sword looking piece. You can just attach it to the leg as it does there. It does detach, so it comes with a kind of a smaller sword, which is kind of cool. It also has this little hidden sword in there that I really didn't know that much about, which is really kind of cool. So he can have multiple swords, little serrated piece, or if you wanted to, you could get a Swiss Army knife. I don't know. So that's kind of fun, kind of cool. He can hold his weapons in hand, obviously, like that. But the cool thing about the arms being attached back here, if you pull them up, there are little fists that deploy out. You got to have like a little knife or something to get them out, but you can definitely pull them out, which is very cool, and you can attach his weapons to it. Yes, so this is just something, a nice little bonus that they threw in there. If you like having your robots with multiple arms, this is definitely cool stuff. I do like that. I thought that was a nice little gimmick. So he can hold those, and he can hold his swords in hand, looking really, really cool. So fun stuff, definitely. He is large, size comparison, real fast. There he is with Fans Project, not Weird Wolf. As you can see, much larger figure. Now let's look at the second robot mode and see what we think. Okay, so here we have Swamper in his alternate robot mode. More of the G1 style, and it's okay, it's not bad. I prefer the crocodile or alligator piece up front, to be honest. But this looks okay too. It's nice they actually have it in there. All you have to do is spin the head around, twist the upper torso, you pull out the fists and spin them around, and there you have it. So it's very, very simple to do, which is really, really nice. I just put the tail pieces there, so just kind of a nice close-up of the face. It is a nice head sculpt. He's just so happy. And the other cool thing, it's kind of hard to see in the camera, but behind the smoky lenses on his eyepiece, he actually has eyes back there behind it, which is really, really cool. So, all in all, I really do dig this piece. Is this a $100 toy? You know, I don't feel ripped off at all about it, but there are some small QC issues I do have. Number one is the box rubbing off the fin pieces at the top. I think that is very unfortunate. Number two is the legs on the Headmaster here popping off. I just think that is really, really bad. And the third issue I have is that the tail pieces do not fit very well onto the pegs that they're supposed to. Minus those three things, this is a phenomenal figure. Absolutely. If you're a Headmaster fan, yes, you definitely want this. If you're a Skullcruncher fan, yes, you definitely want this guy. I just really like it. I never had the figure as a kid, so it's nice to actually get the guy. So there he is. If you like this video, thumbs it up. If you hated it, thumbs it down. Please share my videos and subscribe. I do appreciate it. And as always, look for more videos in the future.